Well, hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Derp Your Hooves. And today we are in the MILVIZ 310. Cessna 310. It's only been out for a couple of days, but it's a beautiful plane. And this is pretty much their factory livery, one of the ones that's in there. I just changed the tail registration. The paint scheme is exactly the same. Well, and I put the Derp Your Hooves logo on the tail. So, that's the only thing that's changed on it. Other than that, let's actually kind of zoom in on that. Because, I mean, the only touch-ups I did, like I said, were the registration. So, I mean, this is all their paint. I mean, this is one of the liveries, that it came with. The color scheme, everything. So, nothing really has been changed except for, again, I just fixed the registry, so it's got our derpy registry and our Derp Your Hooves logo on our tail. Otherwise, it doesn't have a logo on the tail for this model. This is actually the Drift paint scheme. And so on the inside, it comes with a tablet. So we go to the MILVIZ tablet, and we have all this, and I don't... she's, fun to have around, but today we're going to fly solo. So it comes with, you can have a co-pilot, you can have front passengers. You can load this thing up full of people and bags. Look, now we got a full load here. We got a full plane full of people. I'm guessing some of them work at MILVIZ. Maybe not. And I could say, you know what, how's that? That's a little better. I got too many people on one side. That's going to mess with my, my ballast. Or just one dude in the rear left. Or one chick in the rear left. One lady, sorry. And, I can show you all this stuff after we're done. And then it has services here. So we have our fuel. And it's got this really cool thing. So you got rate of change. And, you can set your rate of change. And you can set it from clean to, little dirtier. And you can see that got a little dirtier. And then really dirty. So they gave you this option to really just, this thing's been sitting for a year, a couple of years. You're taking it for the first flight. Or, it got a bath relatively recently, and, it's just a little older, but 310, got some gunk on it. So not much. And then you have, I'm going to have engine realism, system realisms, and wear and tear. And then you can pick your autopilot, and we're doing the GTN 750. And then you have your status. It says status can only be reviewed when powered down on the ground. And of course, we've got our reg. Forgive me. I hacked it just a little bit. Just to customize it. Just for Derp Your Hooves. So, but I haven't changed any of the systems. I just changed the registration. It's the only thing I changed. I swear. I promise. So, we've already had a look around. We got the GTN 750 set up. Let's release our parking brake. Make sure our trim is good for takeoff. And let's give ourselves a notch of flaps. Right. Go back to the first person view. Oh, we're rolling. Foot on the brakes, pony. And we're pretty much at sea level. We're leaving Oceanside. We're going from Oceanside to Victorville today. Going to one of my favorite places that I've never been. F-16s at Oceanside. Okay. And I know it's going to stall. Short runway. I'm not really full throttling it. Because I'm a little leery because I left the wear and tear on, and we are headed west, as Patrick would say, out to the Pacific Ocean with San Diego on our left to the south, and let's see, Irvine Everything else to our north. And so we're going to be passing over. Let's get our gears up, huh? So I'm just going to hit the gears button and watch this. So when I hit the gears and I retract them, the stepladder comes up. That's pretty cool. And no, we're in the blue. We don't really need flaps anymore. Right. Keep our manifold pressure alright. Yeah. Maybe bring our RPMs back just a little bit. Let's not redline everything with realism going on here. And it's a beautiful plane. We're gonna bring our landing lights in. They were on. It's a beautiful plane. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's bring in our landing lights. Oh. Yeah. That happens over the ocean still, huh? Well. Okay, so let's bring our landing lights in. Yeah. I thought I had fixed that once. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not complaining, just, you know, it just kind of gets that weird shadowy over the water kind of thing when you roll too much. You get the trails. So I don't want to overstress it. Yeah, so you get the kind of the trippy trails. And that's not with the aircraft, that's a simulator thing. It happens over the water for some reason with the reflections, and I had my settings fixed to take care of that. And I guess they're back. So, oh well, we'll live with it. So I just wanted to take us up over the water. I took us way out of the way because we're actually headed from the coast to the California high desert. But we're going to take the long way. We're not going to so much take our flight plan. Although this plane does follow the flight plan perfectly. So let's just go ahead and just take some stress off our hands, because I don't fly with a yoke, I fly with a stick. I think I've said that before. And we'll just hold at 2500, and it's going to say adjust your course to 351. Okay, so I will set my course to 351. So 351, 38, 30, so that would be 31. Wait, that's 33. 38. There's no 38, pony. It ends at 36. So 352, that's 350, 1, 2. Alright, that's close enough. And then we get our bearing like that. And we're pretty much there. Wonderful. I know, it's the same message. Please set your course to 352. Again, we're using the GTN 750, and I want to have it on GPS mode. So I'm loving this GTN 750. See, there's our actual flight plan today. Right there, from Oceanside to Victorville. And we're just flying level at 2500. So what I could do, that's going to crank up the EGT a little bit, but let's mess with the vertical speed, shall we? See, we're veering away from where we want to be. So, I love the coast, you guys, as much as anyone else may love the Pacific coast. But we're headed inland anyways today, so let's just kill the autopilot hand fly it a little bit. Just for fun. So this thing will do about 200 knots. Yeah, I heard you. This thing will do about 200 knots. Right now our ground speed's 147. I've pushed this to about 200 knots. So far, I'm not sure if it goes any faster than that. Come on, pony.
SoCal approach Delta Echo Romeo Papa Yankee is type twin Cessna 3 miles northwest of Kilo November X-Ray Foxtrot 2,500 feet. Request flight following.
I didn't ask for a flight following. I must have bumped something. You know, I bet you I have...
Squawk 4055 Papa Yankee.
Well, I guess we're doing a flight following today. I think I've got some kind of binding on my HOTUS somewhere, my stick and throttle. I keep bumping. When I bump that... Oh, no, I know what I did. I did Alt-1 for the first view, and sometimes you hit
Roger,
1.
Papa Yankee.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So, I mean, everything works. Vertical speed works. I mean, everything works on this plane. It's been out for a day or two. And I'm sure there's already been a ton of reviews about it, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm currently not endorsed by anybody. MILVIZ, DC Designs, Asobo, nobody. I am solo. So, my review is my review, and no one is paying me to say otherwise. I bought this plane out of my own pocket. It wasn't gifted to me. So my review is just my review. And this is actually, it's a great plane. It really is. So I would say it's up there with the 414. You know, and I would say, honestly, it's nicer than the Beechcraft Baron, the Asobo Beechcraft Baron. It's about the same plane, right? It's a Cessna version of the Baron, kinda, but it's a lot nicer. So, not knocking Asobo, but this is definitely a really nice aircraft. So we're way off course, and we can kind of drift and drift into our course. I could fly over Disneyland again. I haven't done that in a while. Well, I did it on my Twitch stream. You guys can always go visit me on my Twitch channel. You know, as long as the videos are up there. I think they keep them up there for a month. And you could see the R44 stream that was up there, where we went over Disneyland. Every now and then I like to get in a chopper. I do like the R44. But we're just going to fly the 310 right now. All the way to Victorville. Why Victorville? I don't know. I keep going to the same airports over and over again, and I hardly ever landed Victorville for you guys. And I did in the F-104, because Victorville used to be George Air Force Base, everybody. Yep. It was a recycled Air Force Base. And now it's a huge aircraft graveyard, and I actually got some payware scenery for Victorville. So when we land at Victorville, you're going to see everything that's pretty much there now, and I forget who the payware is for it. Maybe I'll put it in the description. Wasn't that much. It was $15 for the airport. You know, it's a decent price. That's about what you pay at the marketplace. And I got it third party. Again, I forgot who I got it from. You know, I'll have to look it up, and I don't want to drop names until I know who it is. You know, and I mean, I do like to drop names to let you guys know where to find things if you want it. You know, so I'm just kind of bumping around here, looking at the view as I hand fly it. I don't really like jumping around the cockpit because I don't have a yoke. So I don't really have a free hand. If I let go of the stick, it's going to drift where it's going to drift. So I can't really hold on to the yoke. Maybe I'll get a yoke. Well, I'd love to do a yoke review. Do some product reviews and some hardware. So definitely give it a fair review. But right now, I just am not going to buy a yoke. I'm real happy with my X56 here. It's got a little bit of a glitch to it, but not much. So you're totally flying over, well, I'm kind of avoiding Los Angeles and Irvine, and we're just kind of going over the mountains. Let's see, can we see the Salton Sea? It's all the way out over there. Yeah, not really. It's all the way over there. You don't want to go there, to the Salton Sea. You look it up. I've never been, but I've read enough about it, and you can buy houses real cheap out there. Oh, hey, if anyone's, like a developer, but I wouldn't want to live out in the Salton Sea after everything I read about it. I hear it was a great resort town a long time ago. I'm sure my grandparents would have known all about it. Perhaps my parents. But I don't think they ever went. They never took me. Anyhow, so that's, off in that direction. Actually, I think you can see it. It's out there somewhere, lurking, full of dead fish. So, ooh, right? Yeah. So, yeah, don't go fishing in the Salton Sea. It's an interesting place. Concrete, right, because we're doing a flight following. Right.
Going to 121.3 Papa Yankee.
I think I'll skip. So, here we are over California. Surprise, surprise. So we just left Oceanside. It's just north of San Diego. A little bit north of Mexico. You know what? We can give this thing some more juice, maybe. There we go. Let's give it a little bit more power. It's going to rock a little bit over those mountains. Maybe less stick and more trim. Less stick and more carrot, yeah. Bring the vertical speed up just a hair with the trim. Just a hair, I said. I just want to climb ever so gently. Either way, I'll clear the mountains. They can't be more than like 7,000 feet. And we'll just fly parallel to our flight plan. Actually, and since we're headed in the right direction, I will do that. And then how about let's do a vertical speed up at 200 feet a minute, and then arm it, and we have it set to 2,500, right? That's a joke. What did you do? Well, we're almost at 6.5. Let's go to 8. 8, 9. Just to be on the safe side. Right. Our altitude should be climbing just a little bit. I can just do it this way. Go 5.8. Call it. No. Fine. 9.3. Sounds good. Go up. Well, it's climbing. But see, now I actually have the vertical speed set to like 400 feet a minute or something. So it's going to cost us. But it works just fine. Vertical speed's kind of tricky a little bit for some of us. For me it is, and it's going to stall if I'm not careful, so we'll just do an altitude hold. 100, 200 feet, right? Let's leave it at 100 feet and arm it. And that way, at 100 feet a minute, this isn't the 414. Are we even going to clear those mountains? Yeah, we will. I'm confident we're just going to skim over the top of them. And then we're going to cross, I think it's like the San Gabriel Valley? Not really sure. I think it is. San Bernardino, maybe. Yeah, I think it's San Gabriel, San Bernardino in front of us. On our way to the desert. So now we got the autopilot on, and I'm fairly confident we're going to clear the hills. Just barely. On our way to Victorville. Yeah, just barely. Look at all the fire roads up there. They even got that in the Bing graphics. Yeah, it is what it is. It's still kind of nice, you know. I haven't done the Google graphics. I did it a while ago in the beginning, and I kind of liked it. And then some people have been giving it some mixed reviews, and some people even said, you know, that I don't know, just I hear it's nice, but you know, some people that are a little more computer literate said that they just didn't want it, and that they would deal with the Bing graphics and the Bing graphics. So, you know, the photogrammetry, grammetry, and the Bing graphics, and we're using live players. We just have their IDs turned off, but they're out there. So we're West Coast server, we're the West USA server, and we've got live players going, so we've got all kinds of live traffic out there. You just can't see them. They're everywhere, by the way. If I turn them on, hey guys, love flying with you. I do. You know, we're just turning the nameplates off for this flight, because this isn't a group flight today. This is just a little 310 jaunt. Kind of give you the outside view of the 310. And let's just pan around slowly, as if you're working a jib. And just pan gently around the 310. See, look at that. That is nice. And I'm telling you, all I did was put the Derp Your Hooves logo on and change the registration. The paint scheme, everything. It's all MILVIZ. You know, it says Drift if you purchase this from MILVIZ. This is the Drift tail registration. And I just liked the paint scheme, and I said, you know, instead of repainting the whole plane, I'll just stick with what they've got. Because I'm only using it for my personal use. I'm not claiming it as my own livery, you know. I mean, I put the Derp Your Hooves on there. I mean, I'm not putting it out on, you know, Flight Sim and saying, hey, that's mine. You know, just when I get around to it, I'll make a 310 livery. I'm sure I will. Something custom, but this is beautiful. I mean, I haven't felt the need to make my own livery because, you know, it just needed some touch-ups for what I wanted to do with it, and it's fine because they give you, I think, like four liveries to pick from, and they're all beautiful. Now, this one just kind of struck me, the gold and the blue, and I just said, I really like that. You know, I like the way it's set up, and, you know, don't need to mess with it. It's perfect as it is. So, hey, I also wanted to say to everybody out there who's watching Derp Your Hooves, thank you guys for subscribing and for liking and sharing my videos, and especially you guys, my subscribers. Thank you. We've finally reached over 100 subscribers. I think today we're at 102. So, you know, I hit my goal of 100, and now we're going to try and go for at least 1,000, if not more. So I'm hoping you guys find some of this stuff kind of interesting. But thank you guys for watching. You know, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And again, if I haven't already pitched it already, we have Derp Your Hooves on Twitch, and you can find the link in the description to the video and on my YouTube page. I think it's in the About Me or whatever it is over there. So you can always go to Twitch, and as of right now, we're doing Thursday at 8:30 Pacific Daytime live events in different aircraft, and everyone's welcome to join. And it's a family-friendly channel, family-friendly flight. So language and stuff, kind of try and tone that down a little bit. And it's just, it's family-friendly. It's everyone's welcome. So. And we're going to be doing it on the West USA server. And we've already had our first one. We got our second one coming up tonight, which is going to be Float Planes in Japan over on Twitch. And that's going to be at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Daytime. You can find all the details in our description on the YouTube channel. We've got our Discord server, so it's got a link to get you in the Discord server to get the flight plans. And it's got a link to the Twitch site too, so you can at least get the information there. But that's what we're doing tonight, in a few hours. I'm in love with this 310, man, and I just had to get this flight out today. I had to get you guys, my YouTube viewers, I had to get you guys, a nice video. Nice GA video with one of the brand new planes. This is worth every penny so far. And you might say, oh, he says that about all the planes. Well, no, not all the planes. So, let's go back in the cockpit. And let's poke around in some of my preset views. Let's see, we have pilot. And we have pilot looks out to his left, and pilot looks out to his right. His, her. Pilot left, pilot right. Let's leave gender out of it for right now. Women like to fly too, right? There's women pilots out there. There's plenty of women pilots out there. So, him, her, So, that's what we got. We got our co-pilot or passenger view. You know what I'm actually going to do is I am just going to go here while we're messing with the views. We're going to go into nav mode. We got GPS, so it's actually going to follow our course, preferably right through that path over there. And I just, got it in GPS mode, and it's set to do its thing. So we'll just let it do its thing. Since we're on autopilot, this thing flies smoothly, and I know I took the flaps up a notch. They're up. Flaps are up. Fuel's looking good. We got plenty of fuel. I guess we could give it a little. No, that's about what we got. Let's give it some more forward. Right? Don't blow the manifold out. Bring the prop back just a hair. It's right on the brim there. And right. Let's see. So now we're doing about one. Our speed's picking up. It should get up to 170, 180. Because we're doing a nice level flight. So what was I doing? I was doing views, right? So these are my own custom views that are in here. So now we're the passenger or the co-pilot, first officer. And then we can look out to their right, their pony right. And then we got our GTN 750. Nice little view on that. And then I got it so we hop all the way back to the back seat. Right behind the co-pilot or first officer or passenger to the back passenger. And just kind of looking around here. Got this nice little, third party. Not third party, but, passenger view. You can't fly the plane from back here. But since the autopilot, that's not the Salton Sea, by the way. That's like a big lake reservoir thing. It's on a map somewhere. Salton Sea's huge. It's nasty from what I hear. So it's got everything, and I didn't do a night flight, but all the map lights work and the interior lights work. Gauges light up on the dashboard. Right. It's called dashboard. Instrument panel. All the gauges have backlight on the instrument panel. It's got a dome light, so You can do day-night VFR, and I believe you can do IFR in this as well. It's a really nice plane. So, and we're taking it a little extra today. I set up some of the little more realism in the model itself. So, I like to land scary, and I set the sim realism to realism. So I don't know. Does that make it double realism? I don't know. But either way, I set this thing up so. See, look, we're at 196 knots. So you know what? At 9,300, did we hit our altitude? No, we are at 7,200. Headed and some change. So we're not there yet. We're still doing the vertical speed up. How about 200 feet a minute now, since we've given it some more oomph? I'm gonna arm the vertical speed, because we had it on altitude. 7.3, no. Let's go to 10. Up. Arm it. And I mean, I just can't get this vertical speed thing down. Gonna be doing 300 feet per minute, so the speed's gonna drop. Right. Slowly, as it banks and climbs, and we kind of get back on track, and we head more towards 10,000. But that's understandable because my vertical speed's too high. So, can you knock it down 100 feet a minute? Because I don't want to stall her. We're right there, right about that blue line. When we hit the blue line, that's about where she stalls. She starts to struggle just a little bit. And we really don't want to take that route again. We really don't even need to be at 10,000 feet. I forget what Victorville's elevation is, like 1,500, 20 something, 2,000, not 20 something. It's almost pretty much at sea level. So let's bring our vertical speed down. Can you even do it after you arm it? I don't know if you can. And if I hit Alt again, it's just gonna... I don't want to hit back course mode. So... yeah, I'm still kind of a novice with some of this. Look. 10. I mean, we're close, right? Yeah. We'll just hit altitude hold. That works for me. Oh, you can do it. See, now it's at altitude hold, so 10-2. I guess that's how you do it. I'm still not familiar with it. And then we'll start picking up some speed as we head out straight ahead to our destination, which is roughly about here. Right, because I've learned this. In the California high desert. So lots of interesting stuff out here. I've shared it in some of my other videos. Some major aviation history has happened out in this general area. Say, really? Really? Look it up. Again, I'll say, look up a guy named Chuck Yeager. And somewhere, roughly in this area, he did something. This plane can't do it. But other planes can. Actually, there's one plane that can do it. There's a passenger plane that did it. It's no longer around, but you can buy it in the sim too. It's from a different company. British plane. Right. So that's all the hints I'll drop on that. I mean, I pretty much gave it away. Alright, so I don't want to overstress the aircraft. And yeah, you start getting towards 200 and it doesn't like it. The maneuvering speed is, I guess, in white. I mean, sorry guys, I haven't read the manual yet. Yeah. Me and the manual. Why didn't you read the manual, pony? Because ponies don't read. It's hard enough just to operate this stick with a hoof in my hand, you know? You guys and your fingers. Your opposable thumbs. Anyways. Keep talking like that, and people can be like, I don't want this guy to be testing our yoke. Well, how could you be flying a plane with a yoke if you got hooves? Yeah. Right. Right. So, enough of the pony jokes, I guess. Yeah, so pretty much dead ahead right there. That's going to be our airport. That's going to be our Southern California logistics. And I'm questioning whether I'm even going to do an approach. Now, by the book today. I haven't so far in any of my videos. Well, I did show you guys the GTN 750 last week in the 414, right? Yeah, it was the 414. I posted that and how to do an approach using the GTN 750. You know, really guys, it is an amazing little tool in the sim. So useful. I didn't like it so much in the beginning. I was like, you know, what's the point? But, you know, there really is. It really is really useful. It's nice to have. Glad it's here. I almost want to pay the annual fee for it. And I think it's, well, I think it's cheaper to do the 3-year subscription, because the sim will still be here 3 years. You know, we've already passed, what, a year of this sim? 2 years? Something like that. Year? Yeah, because I got the sim, like, a few months after it was released. I got it on sale. I mean, I hopped on it, man. And it's been good and bad. You know, mostly good. Couple little hiccups, but everyone seems to fix everything really quick. You know, so far it runs pretty smooth. I mean, I've tested out, you know, my aircraft after Sim Update 9, and I know DC Designs just fixed their Tomcat. They fixed the Concorde too. So haven't tested that one yet, but so we're coming up. That is our airport right in front of us. So you know what? We should be bringing this down. We should start our descent at 10,000 feet. Yeah, because that's what we did last time. Is we had everything set to real, and we blew it. So let's take a little fine.
Joshua approach Delta Echo Romeo Papa Yankee 10,200 feet. Delta Echo Romeo Papa Yankee Joshua approach altitude
Thank you.
29.5. Continue as planned.
Oh, we're doing an IFR because we did the flight following. So nearest airport list and Southern California logistics and tune to the tower and full stop landing.
Victorville Tower Delta Echo Romeo Papa
10 miles.
10 miles south 10,200 feet.
At 10,000 feet, I really can't descend quick. In a 35, well, we're going to circle the airport because I want to show off this really cool third-party scenery. But, you know, I'll turn my landing lights on and get ready for descent. The landing lights are coming out. And they're coming into position, and they are on. They just really don't glow that well during the bright day, but they're on. Trust me, they're on. So autopilot off, and we're not going to do an approach today. The approach works on this. It does. I've used it. So rest assured that you can use the GTN 750 to do an ILS approach. Didn't see any crosshairs, but yeah, I wanted to descend real carefully because last time I killed it. So I had everything set to totally real, and it was like a pony wake-up call. It's like, you want to do your scary pony landings? No, I don't think so. Not today. Right. I did one yesterday, but I didn't have the realism set up in the plane itself. I had it set up in the sim. And we're going to do a circle. And then we'll come back and go to runway 35. But we're going to have to obviously bring our speed down and slowly drop our altitude. You know, as if you would in real life. This plane, it doesn't like to descend quickly when you're doing full realism. With the engine set up too. So we just want to be careful. And bring her in slow. But I do want to show you the scenery. I just don't want to overspeed it. So, I mean, you can turn the realism settings off and you can go to town. But if you want something that's, you know, I mean, I would almost say this is probably a study level aircraft, if not real close. But, you know, I'm not anything other than a sim pilot, so we're just gonna bring her down. And you're saying, well, gee, you're being gentle today. I am. I'm being unusually gentle today. Just because I want to complete the flight. I don't want to be too rough. Because I'd like to land at Victorville and complete the flight. So, well, gee, you don't have to be that gentle. Yeah, I do, actually. We're gonna, like, butterfly kiss and Fluttershy this in. And again, if you don't know who Fluttershy is, you're gonna say, dude, really? Really, really? Watch the show. So, I think we're doing good. We're doing what? 100 and, yeah. I'm doing 180? Is our ground speed? I know, the message is just flashing at me saying, you know, set your course, you've passed your marker, something. You know, and the messages are important. You didn't check your Garmin messages? Oh. Yeah, see, it doesn't like it if you bring the manifold pressure that low. Skymaster does that too. Some of the other planes do it. That kind of warning saying don't do that. So we're just gonna come in, and I mean, really, this seems really realistic to me. As we're coming down in super low, 5,000 feet. And you'd say, but do we really need to circle the airport? Well, I want to show you this add-on. This Victorville add-on. That's what I'm saying. The Victorville add-on is $15. And I'll go dig up who I bought it from. Sorry, I can't remember who. There's so many developers right now. There really are. The developers are coming out, you know, with some really cool add-ons. I, to be honest with you, kind of hoped that it would have been in the sim. Davis Montham Air Force Base. The United States Air Force Graveyard is in the sim by default. So if you want to go check out an airport graveyard, go there. But, and we're going to do this from the pilot view, because we're going to circle around the whole airport. So you can get that airport graveyard by default. And you can go check that out in the sim. It's there. It's been there since the beginning of the sim. My frames are skipping a little bit. But that's because of where we are. We're in, California area. There's lots of... That's probably the add-on, too. And I know I haven't posted the specs for my own machine, but trust me, this machine can handle the sim. So, built it myself. Built it just for simming. And it can definitely handle it. I should be able to milk another 2 years out of this before we gotta, buy something new. All air-cooled. I don't like liquid cooling. Okay, so we're going slow enough. Now we're going too slow. But I wanted to just bring her in slow because you can see this truly is an airport graveyard. That's what they do out here. They, recycle these planes. This is where they go to die and give other aircraft new life. So, a little more gas since we brought it in nice and low. And you can see there's like FedEx and Southwest. There's lots of Southwest out there. There's an Alaska airline. I think some Singapore airline. So again, this was George Air Force Base, and I'm sure you'll see some of my other videos if you go back. Like, check out the F-104 video. And the F-104 video that I did uses the default Microsoft scenery. This is an add-on. So you can see the difference between the two if you go back and you go through my YouTube videos and you look. I mean, you can just see the difference. And guys, this is only 15 bucks. And this is pretty much what it looks like. If you, Google Map this, because you can't really get on it, unless you're a private pilot. So, but if you look at this on Google Maps, or you Google, Victorville, Southern California Logistics Airport, it looks pretty much just like this. I mean, this is a beautiful job. It's got a beautiful plane and beautiful scenery, and... Right. Clear to land. Awesome. No. Come on, answer her back.
Clear to land runway tree 5, Papa Yankee.
There we go. Tree 5. I used to know a guy who used to talk like that. It's not his fault. He didn't have any front teeth. So the T is kind of hard. Really nice guy. Worked with him for a while. Yeah, so couldn't say certain syllables well. But back to Victorville. He was a nice guy. Probably still is. So here we go. And so we're just kind of circling Victorville Airport. And, like I said, it was George Air Force Base. So, there is... Let's bring our gears down since we're flying. Because we're just going to land this puppy soon. Might as well bring them down now. In case we have gear issues. Because I can just crank her up. We don't have any flaps or anything. Gonna have to deal with that sound though. And do I have 3 greens? I do. So, 3 greens. Gears are down. Creating all kinds of drag. So do you even need flaps if you got that much drag? And I'd say maybe not. What was it? He said runway 35, right? Gears up. I was gonna land at runway 16. See? That's what I do. And I think the surrounding, vegetation around this airport is not third party. I mean, not all the way out here. So it's a mix of the two. Again, this is the MILVIZ 310. And I'm just saying, Cessna 310, it's really nice. It's really nice. And then that's the Victorville Airport add-on. So, and we're just going to come around. And make a nice little pass. So if you check out some of my videos, too, from the beginning, the DCS ones are interesting. No, I'm not playing DCS for a while. Yes, I have my reasons. For whatever they are. And just, I'll leave it at that. But if you look at the Microsoft Flight Simulator videos, you can see the difference in the, you know, how I guess I've developed as a sim pilot. Because I used to sim a long time ago. You know, I used to play games like Hornet, if anyone's played Hornet. Played the original Microsoft Flight Simulator, you know, back in the 80s. On a grayscale Mac. And I gotta tell you, you know, I mean, there are times where I gripe about the scenery, but I remember that, and you can go see screenshots of what that looks like. Even in color, I mean, but I mean, that was so long ago. Computers were so different. And I mean, they should know, this is actually, you guys, even though you'll hear me gripe, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. This is just visually pleasing. And I haven't done VR yet. You know, what do I have, like a 2080 in here or something? So that's probably not ideal for VR. It's perfect for the sim. It's perfect for my setup for what I've got. Yeah, it really is. And this little machine's had some upgrades over the years since I built it a couple years ago. You know, like the M.2 drive. This thing's perfect for this sim. Yeah. And if it's a few years old, and it's using a little bit older tech, you know, you guys, I'm going to say this about the sim. And I'm going to put it in layman's terms because I'm not going to get real technical. But, so you want a good graphics card. You know, and you'd say, well, I don't want to pay $1,200-$1,500 for a good graphics card. It's worth it because, you know, the sim is more GPU intensive, graphics card intensive, than it is so much processor intensive. But you want to have, you know, more RAM. You know, I got 64 gigs of RAM. I think I got a 2080 video card. 2060, something like that. It's not the 3080. But real nice NVIDIA video card. You know, 8 gigs of video RAM. So it's not 12, but, you know, which you get in the 3080. And it's got the ray tracing and the blah, 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 blah. You know, I could go on and on and on. It really is a good card for this sim. I've invested a little bit in the machine, and you will too if you start loving simming. But, you know, you gotta spring for a good card. You gotta have good airflow. You don't want your machine to overheat. AMD processors are good. I'm an Intel person. You know, like I said, I've had an AMD machine, but I like my Core i7. I like the Core i9 that I built for a family member. Ugh, it's like I almost want to go snack her machine. Oh no, you don't need it. But a couple years, we'll see what they got, and I'll build something new. So let's bring her in for a landing, and we're manually landing this. I don't even know how long this video's been going for. Probably longer than I had intended. But let's bring her in. Gears aren't going to drop. Yeah, we're going too fast. Maybe some flaps. Maybe not. I mean, technically they'll slow us down, but I'd really like the gears to drop out. And the gears will automatically drop out when it reaches a certain speed, because I've already tapped them. We might have to go around. Maybe I can give it a notch of flaps, just to drop some airspeed. Yeah, I was so busy talking that I wasn't paying attention to flying. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Worst comes to worst, we'll go around. It's a nice long runway. I mean, you can land an F-104 on this thing, so... yeah, I probably should go around. Up, gears are down. Flaps are down, gears are down. I guess we don't have to go around after all. But we definitely shouldn't land at 140 knots. So, forgive me, I'm gonna float because we've got so much runway. There we go. Gonna float just a little bit. And we're down. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at my landings. And we missed that taxiway. And got it. Bring our flaps up. And yeah, we've got a while to go to taxi. This really is a long runway. And I don't know how... I think we have to go all the way to the end. So anyhow, you guys, again, thank you so much for subscribing to Derp Your Hooves. I couldn't have done all this without you guys. I mean, you make this happen. And I'm really always extending that invitation for some live streams over there on Twitch, doing some live events, and I think I've even said it before. Pretty soon I'm going to start recruiting for the Derpy Bolts. Maybe I'm overstretching a little bit, but you know, I want to make this happen. So if you're interested, drop me a line. You know, I'm pretty sure... yeah, there's a taxiway. Uh-huh, there it is. Thank you very much. So I'm pretty sure you can drop me a line. Or, you know, on the Discord server, of course. You can always hit me up on the Discord server. We can talk about it. Alright, well, let's answer her back. So, again, here's our nice static scenery. Right, all of our, you know what, DC-10s. I forget what else they were called. Like, I want to say MD-80. I think it was the MD-11. And we're just going to taxi all the way down and park it. So again, I couldn't be happier with this plane. Let's kill our strobe lights. Let's be a good pilot today. So, bring our landing lights in. You can do this, and nope, 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 strobe off. And we'll just taxi down the runway. How fast are we going? 37 knots? Is that what I said? No, 25 knots. So let's try not to go above 30 knots taxiing. 27, we're getting close to 30. Yeah, and if you look, the Victorville survived Sim Update 9. But we still gotta get to the parking apron. So let's just kind of pan up. Right. So you can kind of look around real quick. I'll do a quick pan without running us off the taxiway. Without running us off the taxiway. And you can just kind of see around. We already kind of saw it all from the air. Let's go down. And let's pan over slow. Yeah, it's really hard to stay on the taxiway and be a jib operator at the same time. Okay. So you'll also notice that in the sim, see, there's some Southwest jets right in front of us. You'll also notice that in the sim, in the default scenery, well, you could actually go down that taxiway. Look at all those Southwest planes. All junk. Right? Or mothballed or whatever. So... But in the default scenery, there's just a white KC-10 or MD-11 or whatever. So in the default scenery, there's actually 2 runways open. And in real life, there's only... Well, there's 4 runways open, sorry. Because, you know, remember you got 1 runway with 2 different directions, usually. So there's 4 runways, but in this there's only 2. There's like 33 and 11 or something? Yeah, something like that. 33 and 16. And here, this runway here, which was 21 and 3, no longer exists because... it's a closed runway because they're full of jets. Right? Right. And let's see what little surprises we have. Oh, look, there's a little Air New Zealand. And I'm not even really sure how the sim decides to throw some of these liveries in here. You know, I'm not sure exactly how many. Is that Delta? Yep. It's been a while since I've flown on Delta. Anyways, and here's all of our Southwest jets. And we're just going to park it right here where we would in GA. So it's a huge difference between the two. It's night and day. Right? I'm just going to park in our GA. I feel like we're pulling into like a supermarket here, you know? Parking our plane and we're going to go shopping for parts for the 310, and maybe that's why we're here. Maybe we're hoping there's a 310 sitting out here. And look at all the junk they got, right? Certainly Jimmy. You know who Jimmy is from Jimmy's World? Maybe he can find some 310 parts out here in Victorville. Wonder if he already went home. Well, and you're going to say, do you know him? No, I don't know him. So, I won't even play like that. And the engines are going to die because I had the mixture set. Wow, I landed like that? Whoops. Okay. So, I also have it 0, right? Is it Alt 0 or is it Alt 9? Alt 9, I have my... And that's your manual gear, by the way. The gear doesn't go down. So, let's... kill our fuel. Right. Go back to the first position. And what does it say? Oh, you've got your... We got what? What are our warnings? The de-ice is on. Is it really? No, it's not. Oh, and this thing does have de-ice, by the way. And it actually has de-ice boots that are animated. Watch this. Ready? Actuate. Oh, it's not going to do it? That sucks. Did it yesterday. It did. Sure, pony, sure. Sure it did. No, they ballooned up and everything. They were all pneumatic boots, and they went poof, right? Yep. I can make that noise again for you, but I'll have to charge you. Okay, so the avionics are off, everything's off. We got power, though, still, so let's kill our magnetos so we don't kill anybody out there, and just kill the juice. Right. So, there we go. Here we are. And I wanted to show you something, so let's bring the tablet up, because I haven't had a whole bunch of time to play with this, but this, it would not let you touch it when you were sitting here. So you can actually do an inspection on everything, and it'll tell you everything's in the green, and otherwise I guess you can overhaul it. That's pretty cool. I mean, the battery life is still looking pretty good, right? Everything's looking pretty good. The left brake, right brake are good, and you can overhaul it. See, ready for inspection or overhaul. So, I mean, this really takes everything to the next level. And see, we barely used any fuel. So, this really is, you guys, worth every penny. If you're looking to spend some cash on a GA plane, then here you go. And you know what? While I'm here, let's just do that for you, because I did it on the 414. So let's just do that. Go to configuration, and watch this. Front package door, nose baggage door, rear baggage door, left, right locker, engine covers, intake covers, pit out covers, wheel chocks, and control lock. Everything that you could ever want, but no Thin Mint cookies. So it's got the control lock, right? It's out right there, right? I can get rid of it, but we'll just leave it. We can take a walk around the airplane with everything open. And the doors are open, and the baggage door's open, and the two, wing lockers are open. That's what they're called, wing lockers. Cowl lockers. And it's got all the bells and whistles, everything you could ever want. Right? Well, I think so. You can open and close the cabin door. Oh, that's open. Close it. You can close it. You can lock it. And you can open it manually. So it's got lots of really cool features. I didn't check and see if the glove box works. The glove box, really? If it even has one. Oh, we only got 27 hours? 2 hours, 7 minutes? No way. We've got more than that on this plane. Alright, well, anyhow. So let's close everything up. We don't need the nose baggage door, rear baggage door. We can close all that stuff, right? Locker. Engine covers we'll leave on. Intake covers, pit out covers, wheel chocks. And the front passenger door I will leave open. Because it's time to go home, everybody. I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here. Well, no, actually, I do care where you go. Everybody stay safe. So, thank you guys again. I'm just going to do another quick pan around the aircraft just to show you how awesome it is. Slow pan. Slow cinematic pan. There we go. So, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all your subscriptions. And guys, I look forward to seeing you guys in the sky.